trying to make it 4.
They did exactly the right thing, didn't they? Went for goal, did well, closed down, keeps the ball down there. That's the important thing.
There is the final whistle. Scunthorpe United return to the championship. Not just any old iron. A topsy-turvy, dramatic game. One of the best playoff finals you will ever see. Ends with Scunthorpe going back to the second tier, and poor Gary Alexander, who scored a quite breathtaking goal, then another one, but missed an absolute sitter. It's heartbreak for him, and you feel so sorry for Millwall and all their supporters here.
What a touch there by Robinson. Went straight over to him, saw how disappointed he was, and just patted him on the back, said you can't do much more. Yes, you'll miss them, and you'll miss them again, but at least he keeps getting in there. Wolford, they're absolutely over the moon, scoring the winner, setting 2 up.
What a fantastic achievement for Nigel Adkins as well, who has now twice got Scunthorpe United promoted to the second tier of English football. I wonder if they can stay this time.
Well, they had a pretty good start to the season they were in there, but as the season went on, they just drifted further and further down and paid the price for that. But you rightly say about Nigel Adkins, what a fantastic job he's done with these players. And to win it here after losing to Luton in the Johnson's Paint, that's a great recovery.
Poor old Kenny Jackett, beaten in a penalty shootout 3 years ago when he was Swansea's manager by Barnsley. But these are the players who will feel as if they could walk on the moon currently. Greg Whelan has some people for us to meet down on the pitch. Mezza Sparrow and Wolford.
Martin, your goal has put Scunthorpe back in the championship. Congratulations. Has it begun to sink in yet?
Oh, not yet. I played non-league football last year and it's come to this, we're playing the championship this year. It's unbelievable. Can't put into words.
What a game you've been involved in, but what went through your mind when you saw the ball go in at the end there?
Just absolute relief. I know we had still time on the clock to defend, but I was just absolutely ecstatic. Suppose you can see from the celebration.
I can indeed. Let's grab a word with 2-goal Matt Sparrow. Matt, you were born near here, of course. Now you've scored twice here. Best day of your career?
Yeah, it's third time lucky today. It's just been unbelievable. We've dug in deep like that all season, and to come away winners and back in the championship is a dream come true, really.
You've won 2 promotions previously with Scunthorpe, but to do it this way, how does that compare?
That's top of the tree, definitely. I'm lost for words at the moment. I just can't believe that we've pulled it back, really. So we've got a great team here, the spirit's here, and we're going to celebrate long into the night.
I bet you are. Last word with yourself, Martin. Looking at the way you came back from going behind in this game, what does it say about the character of this Scunthorpe team?
It's unbelievable. I know the lads had it in them. I thought we were playing the better team in the first half. I thought we were unlucky to come off behind. We knew if we kept going, kept the tempo, that we'd nick a goal.
It's going to be a great day and a great celebration for your part of the world, isn't it?
It definitely is, yeah.
Well, congratulations on the result, the success. You're also the Powerade man of the match. Matt, if you did the honours for us, please.
Great goal, son.
Well done, guys.
Well done to Scunthorpe. Vastly outnumbered in the seats, but it was the numbers on the pitch which mattered in the end. That's 3 promotions and 1 relegation for Scunthorpe in the last 5 years. Let's go to the Scunthorpe manager. There he is, Nigel Adkins. He's with Brynlaw.
Nigel, you look an emotional wreck.
Emotional's the word, dearie me. What a magnificent group of people. 60 games we played this year. Bounced back from the horrible feeling of defeat. And we've come and won it absolutely great.
Martin Wolford involved in all 3 goals. You were going to substitute him just before the second goal.
Listen, 10 minutes left to go, and we just thought it was 2-2 then. Well, just before the goal, we just needed to get a goal and somehow get back in it. It's out there. The lads have done great, both sets of players, because that is hot. And we just wanted to try. We needed a goal, and all of a sudden he's done a bit of magic, because that's what he is. And we've gone and scored a goal. Then he goes and scores the winner. So what a fantastic group of people they are. Every day they wear the socks off. Brilliant. Proud for them.
Terrific game.
Thank you. Yeah. We're looking afterwards. It's just about winning, wasn't it? It was. We tried to pass the ball. Pitch is beautiful. Brought our own pitch. Makes it help, didn't it? So listen, we've won, and that's what it was about, wasn't it?
Nigel, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. And this was the final whistle. And Nigel Adkins realising he was back in the Championship. Little Scunthorpe have done a fantastic job. And there they go up for their trophy and the celebrations. And Peter, that's a wonderful story. If you support Scunthorpe, the last 5 years, the end of the season has been full of drama, hasn't it?
Incredible roller coaster ride. It's a fantastic achievement from Nigel. You know, he got promotion in his first year, full year as manager, and to come back from the disappointment of relegation with the same bunch of lads, basically, a couple of little changes there. He done well in the transfer market, and full credit to him. But let's hats off to Millwall. Absolutely incredible game. Both sides intent on going forward and scoring goals. Tremendous advert for the division.
As you say, in the conditions as well, getting over 100 degrees of heat out there, Fahrenheit, and both sets of players gave everything they had.
Absolutely, and it just shows the importance of substitutions as well. Nigel went in there with a game plan, and it's worked for them. And after the negativity surrounding the 3-2 defeat in the Johnson's Paint, it would have been easy for them to come here when they went 2-1 down to stop believing. They didn't, and he instills belief in the players.
Out of the two, he'd choose this one, all Scunthorpe.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. From a financial point of view and on the CV of any player or manager.
OK, let's go back to the stadium for our trophy lift, and the commentator's Ian Dark again. Ian.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, well, these Scunthorpe supporters are just waiting for that moment, which will mean that Scunthorpe United are back in the Championship. As the boys were telling you there, their third promotion this in the last 5 years. The last time, the only time they've ever won a playoff final was back in 1999 when they beat Leyton Orient to get out of the basement. Well, I think tonight they're going to party like it's 1999 all over again. Cliff Byrne, who gets married this summer, gets, an early present, doesn't he, that trophy here that he's going to lift. A great moment in his career and for the career of all of those players. In what's been a terrific game here, they have taken Scunthorpe United, little Scunthorpe, back into the second tier of English football. A club who 5 years ago were 90th in the Football League.
Just shows the progress they've made. They should enjoy every second of this success, because to come back from 2-1 down and just snatch the game after losing here to Luton is absolutely magnificent.
Quite rightly, they're all taking a turn at lifting that piece of silverware. I'll tell you something though, I have to pay great tribute here to the Millwall supporters, a lot of whom have stayed behind. They've been very dignified. They clapped Scunthorpe at the end, and to be honest and fair, that was a game that could have gone either way.
Oh, it certainly could. Like we both said, it's one of the best games we've seen this season, full of everything, action-packed from start to finish. And you're right about the fans, they were dignified, they were applauding. I think the Millwall players have got to take a massive amount of credit for the way they approached the game as well.
But desolation for them, just tears for souvenirs really. At the end of the day, they have to go back, try and do it all over again. Poor old Kenny Jackett, who lost here, didn't he, in the 1984 FA Cup final as well, for Watford against Everton, as well as now a couple of playoff final defeats in recent seasons. Nigel Adkins, well, they thought he was just a physio who'd been made up to be a manager, but he's proved to be something rather more than that. Ian Barraclough, the coach as well.
Yeah, pleased for him, played with him late in my career. Fantastic lad, great attitude.
Hats off to all of them for keeping these players on the go for 60 games. And my goodness me, the 60th was the most memorable of the lot. That little pot is going back to Lincolnshire. Late goal from man of the match, Martin Wolford, who was picked up from York City last summer. Scunthorpe are promoted, and it's tough luck for Millwall, but many congratulations for the players in claret.
Absolutely right. Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Gary. Nigel's favourite saying is outcome goals and process goals. It's not a very catchy saying.
It isn't, no, there's better ones.
But that's a tremendous outcome, isn't it?
It's incredible. I mean, during the course of the season, 82 goals in league and cup competitions, 102. So you can't back against them. They lost in a 5-goal thriller here, we said in the JPT, and they've won a 5-goal thriller here as well. So, and it's not just the players and Nigel, it's the people behind the scenes at a club like Scunthorpe. It was rescued from the brink by the chairman, who hadn't been well, and it's a fitting end. Matt Sparrow 2 goals, and then his testimonial year. Cliffy Burns sort of captain and getting married. He's in for his toughest test yet.
It wasn't Gary Hooper's day today, was it? But does that mean they'll be able to hang on to him, do you think?
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, what he's got to remember is, Scunthorpe showed faith in him. I think they only paid about 175 grand for him from Southend. He's repaid them with goals, and I think deserves to have a chance with Scunthorpe in the Championship. But I have to say as well, 17th, worst supported side in the division, but the budget as well, George, is reflected in that. So this is an incredible achievement for this football club.
They could be playing Newcastle United next season.
Well, you never know. Look at the clubs that are going to drop down into the division. Fantastic reputations, and that's what you do week in, week out. You go against. That's what you want as a footballer, to test your own reputation against them, and incredible scenes. And we said about the fans from Millwall. 44,000. Hopefully they can look back on a season, nearly but not quite. But the chance that they've got to progress, if they keep that band of players together, real heroes like Neil Harris, one-man club, fantastic.
Do you think the experience they had in the Championship will stand them in good stead, both from the manager's point of view and the players? Absolutely,
because Nigel knows, the fine margins, the preparation, absolutely everything, and it's proved to here today. With his substitutions, with his squad, the squad he got together. A special mention, I think, Andy Crosby. He's 400-year-old he is. His legs went 200 years ago, and he played 120 minutes against MK Dons and a full 90 again today, and he's been a tower of strength in these last couple of games when experience has been everything.
Yes, Scunthorpe back in the Coca-Cola Championship for next season.
Nigel Atkins doing his inspirational speaking as well. He's a tremendous film watcher. Great sporting films with loads of speeches.
Well, at the end of the Johnson Spain Trophy, when they lost, he said, remember the feeling. Yeah. Remember how this is hurting you today, because when you go back, or if you go back, you'll need to remember how it hurts.
Well, you've got to draw on everything that you can use, particularly if you're at a club that's got limited finances. You've got to get the best out of your players. And if that's physically or mentally, everything, you've got to use everything in your power to do it. And Nigel's tapped into every source he possibly could.
Just a word for Millwall. If they can bring 44,000 to any stadium, it's just unbelievable support for them. Surely they can build on that and get back again.
Yeah, definitely, and they've got to draw on the strength and resolve, as Scunthorpe have. If they come back next year, I'm sure they'll be stronger for this experience.
And next season for them again, do you think automatic possibly?
Very definitely, yeah. I think
in a very tough Coca-Cola League One.
Very tough Coca-Cola League One, but I think, if they get the playoffs again next season with the teams that have come down, they'll have made an incredible achievement.
They're off their way then to Wembley Way and beyond down to South London for Millwall. Sad, but it's been a great season for Kenny Jackett and his team. It's a big thank you to Peter Beagrie. Thanks a lot, Peter, for your company. We've had a fantastic day here. Bye for now.